Okay, today we're going to take a look at the Lost in Space figures by Trendmasters that came out for the movie in 1999. I'm not sure whether to class these as vintage figures yet, as they're only 14 years old, but I will review them anyway, as I really did like this toy line. There were 6 figures in all produced for this set, which is a little bit of a shame, as there are only 7 characters in the entire movie, so they could have really pushed it a little bit and produced all 7 characters. Even when producing these 6, they actually did one guy twice. Dr. Smith is available in his spacesuit and in his sort of civilian clothing, so they've already doubled up on one of the figures. The figures are pretty nice for the time, a little bit sort of oversized and muscly compared to more modern action figures, but the sculpture and detailing is pretty nice. So let's take a look at each figure and what you got with it. First up, let's take a look at Proteus Armor Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith is obviously the evil sort of villain character from the film. This Proteus Armor version is pretty nice. The sculpt is very good, nice, lots of detailing on him, and he came with a few accessories. He has a removable helmet here and a oversized gun. This does fire missiles. This is the only gun to come with one of these characters that does fire missiles. I'll fire it here for you can see the missiles fire out. Each of the figures also came with a large spider creature. There are 2 types of these. This one here, if you see, I can squeeze some buttons on the back and he has a pincer movement. The other version, which came with the other figures, is this guy here. He's got no movement to him, but supposedly you can put him on the floor, and by pushing down on his back leg he would sort of jump up and down a bit. Not the best feature on that one. The opening jaws version is much better. Next we'll have a look at Proteus Armor, or actually I think they call this one Battle Armor Major Don West, although he's similarly sort of well armed up. This guy again comes with just his one weapon and a removable helmet. The sculpting on this one again is very good. It's got lots of sort of spidering detail on his legs and detailing of other weapons and insignia. The helmet also has a flip up visor, if I can just do that there. A little bit stiff on this guy. There you go. And you can see it now fits with the visor up. Next up we have Proteus Armor John Robinson. This guy has a very similar body sculpt to Proteus Armor Dr. Smith, and has the same helmet that you can remove. So detailing is pretty much the same. He comes with a slightly smaller gun, you can see there. And also a first prize award. This is a part that's used in the film, so is only relevant if you've actually seen the film. It's a pretty naff accessory, but if you've seen the movie it does make sense. Next up again we have now Sabotage Action Dr. Smith. So this is the second Dr. Smith character in the line of toys. This guy is much simpler sculpt. His clothing is much less detailed, so that doesn't really need the sort of quality that the Proteus Armor ones have. He comes with the same gun as Don West there, as you can see, and he also comes with this strange sort of computer device. If you have some of the other toys in line, this device actually interacts with the robot figures. I will review those in another video. Now we have Cryo Suit Judy Robinson. This is the only female character created from the line. It's not a bad figure, this one. Let down a little bit by the strange pose they decided to put her in, where she's sort of looking a little bit wonky off to one side. So this figure always has a bit of a problem standing up. But it's not bad really. All of these figures have fairly similar sort of simple articulation. You can rotate the arms, you can rotate the head, and the legs rotate at the hips. And because this one has an odd stance when you rotate her hips, she really does look a little bit odd. So it's a bit of a shame on that one. For her accessories, she comes with a sort of another strange computer device. Doesn't really do much, and I can't actually even remember that in the film, but there you go. Judy also comes with a small version of the Blorp alien character. This is pretty simple and badly painted. It's a shame they, considering this is a fairly major character in the TV show, you would have thought they would have done a little bit more to it. There is in fact another PVC version of this released, which is a better interpretation. It's slightly bigger, but the detailing is far superior to this one. And finally we have Will Robinson, who is the smallest figure from this line. Considering the size of the figure, it's pretty well detailed. It comes with a gun and a sort of another computer pad. Again, this interacts with the robots that came along with this line. He also comes with a cryo chamber that you can see here. This cryo chamber is a fairly basic thing. It looks like there would have been some they were planning to do some electronics in it at some point, as there is a space for some electronics and bits and bobs inside it. You can see here with the screw fitting, but there is actually nothing in it. I'm guessing this was removed as a sort of cost problem. So that's just a sort of a nice accessory. It doesn't do anything, but I guess it's because he's such a small figure, they got to give you quite a lot of extra bits with him. He also comes with some small of the small space spiders. These actually have magnets in the bottom of them, so you get a few of them and they repel each other or stick together. There is another larger figure which I'll review in another video of the future Dr. Smith, who has magnets in him, and these stick to the large future Dr. Smith. This requires you to buy another toy to actually make them have their sort of full use, but that's not such a bad thing. Overall, it is a really nice set of figures. It just seems a shame to me that with only 7 characters in the movie, they didn't actually bother to make all 7 and instead duplicated Dr. Smith twice. It would have been nice to see the other women characters from Lost in Space, and also there is a future Will Robinson, so it would have been nice to see him all grown up, just to have some sort of variation in the figures. Overall though, a very nice set. Not actually that easy to come by, just because it doesn't seem that many people bother listing them on eBay. When they do come up, you'll generally find them carded. You can get them at a fairly cheap price carded. I was lucky and bought these all at the time, so have had them in my collection for 14 years now. Anyway, a nice set. Thanks for watching.